be careful that what you are seeing right now is actually the truth or not. There is an energy here of smoke and mirrors. And I think whether it is something that you're picking up on psychically, something that you're seeing in front of you, maybe it's just the way that you're perceiving a certain situation, there's something off about it. I was cleansing all of my decks here, and I was also cleansing my, I think this is onyx. I was cleansing my crystals, and this was one of them that I was really drawn to pick up. And it's interesting because this has like a glassy surface, and I thought this would be cool to like scry into. And as I'm like staring into it and I'm cleansing with smoke, the smoke is kind of like forming to the shape and then wisping away and kind of taking on this almost like lifelike type of energy. And before I knew it, I was like, wow, I got like sucked into that. I got really sucked into that for a second. Like I was very much distracted. It's like, it's mesmerizing. And so I wanted to pull out the alchemy deck, the Wild Unknown Alchemy, because I wanted to get the card for smoke because I wanted to see what's going on with that and what it said. Wouldn't you know it, this entire card is about things being basically of smoke and mirrors, how it can be enticing and mesmerizing, and it can kind of draw us in and become something something that distracts us, basically. It's like you can get lost in the shape of the smoke and the way that it moves, the rhythm of it, so to speak. So it talks about making sure that what you're looking at, it's almost like looking at the broader picture, zooming all the way out and taking a look at, usually when there's smoke, there's fire. What does that fire mean? Was the fire lit purposefully? Was the fire something that smells like something is burning, like in a negative way? Or does it smell more like maybe herbal or like incense? It's almost like, don't get so lost in something that you are failing to take into consideration, pull in and process other bits of information. Like, make sure that you're not so lost in something that you can't see straight. Make sure that you're not so lost in the smoke and what it represents that you can't see everything else going on around it. It gave me the sense of being sort of like in a trance. So I feel like right now you guys have something going on that definitely is along those lines, where something is creating this energy of, it's not easy to see through it. It's almost like a fog, like I said, a fog or smoke, something that is obscuring your vision. And now as I'm saying that, of course, my throat is starting to like, whew. And I do have the incense next to me that I was using to like use the smoke to clear and everything. So, I mean, that could be a part of it too, that maybe there's something going on with your throat chakra as well. Be mindful of your words or any sort of expression, especially like self-expression here. I feel like this could have to do with the way that you think or that you speak about yourself too. The cards that actually came out here, I have Sun and I have Sulfur. I also have the New Pearl. So let's talk about these really quickly. What I really think is going on for you guys is the Sun for me is illuminating something. But I do feel like what's happening is that you can't see that something is being illuminated. I feel like the intuitive messages that I got versus the cards that I got are two completely opposite things. The Sun is illuminating something for you. The smoke is trying to obscure it. So again, this is very like trickstery energy. There's something going on here that like, again, it's not clear. Okay, I know that we've had some retrogrades as well that could be impacting us in this type of way. Neptune in Aries, Mercury was retrograde, Venus was retrograde. We just had a full moon, literally just. So I feel like now with the Sun coming out here is like, there's something I'm trying to show you. I feel like Spirit is trying to show you something. Spirit is trying to highlight something, okay? I'm also getting here with this card that it's like, it's like that saying, if you guys have heard it, where it's like, you think that you've been buried, but really you've been planted. That's what I'm getting with the sun here. That's what's coming through now for me. It's like you think that you're in the dark, or you think that you are in the shadows. You think that you are in darkness. You think that you are left behind or forgotten. But it's the opposite of that. But there's something obscuring your vision and making you believe differently about yourself. Really, you are the sun and you illuminate. You bring light to something. You are the life force to something, or you have very easy access to your own life force. And you share that with other people. It's almost like something about you. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. You are the brightest person in the room, but there's something going on, this like kind of like anchored thing within you, or anchored energy, maybe like a stuck energy, where even though you are the brightest person in the room and you bring so much beauty, it's almost like the rays of the sun cut through the fog, or they cut through the smoke, they bring clarity. Even though you are that person, you don't see yourself as that. You don't see yourself as that person, though. I'm having a lot of problems with my throat right now that we're doing this, so I'm feeling like there's a barrier. The way that they're showing me is like a barrier, or like a dam that needs to be broken. It's like there's this pressure happening. There's like pressure happening that needs to come through to be able to allow the sun to make its way through, or allow something to shift, so that way you, again, like the smoke, right? Oh, allow the smoke to clear. Okay. Pause on that. Because additionally, you also have sulfur here. And sulfur in this deck represents bringing something to the surface like a geyser. Like what they were showing me, which is like a little gross, I guess, bear with me, was like when you have a pimple, speaking of, when you have a pimple, and we're talking about bringing, it's like an extraction process through, look at the smoke making its way over here. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera or not, but it's making its way over towards me now that I'm talking about this, which I feel like is more symbolic of like, this is important. There is something being extracted or brought to the surface, and that's what's happening, is the sun is illuminating something, allowing it to be brought to the surface. The sun here is this point where it's going right there, like that. And then the sulfur is almost like the agent of change, if you will, where this is what is needed. Because I pulled 3. I have the sun, I have sulfur, and I have the new pearl. I think the new pearl is the outcome, okay? So what I feel like is going on is the sun with sulfur saying, there it is, I found it right there. Sulfur is the agent of change. It's like the process, or the element, if you will, that starts like the alchemizing process. The sulfur is the agent that's needed to create this pearl. Sun illuminates. Sulfur is the agent that brings everything to the surface. It's like when we pull all the gunk from like the like lower levels of the skin, right? The deeper layers of the skin. It's pulling something completely to the surface and up and out, literally like a geyser. Like it's like something that you're experiencing right now could really feel as if it's harsh, it's heartbreaking, it's very maybe aggressive, it's unexpected. There's a lot of emotions even maybe coming to the surface. Because again, the feeling that I was getting was like, you don't believe that you are the sun. You don't believe that you bring light to people's lives. You don't believe that you are the light. You don't believe that you have these qualities. You don't see yourself as this person, this sun person. You don't see yourself like that. So it feels like what sulfur is doing is digging deep to get all the gunk from deep below. So, I mean, it could be energetic body, emotional body, mental body, whatever it is. It's almost like it's pulling something to the surface really aggressively right now. So if there are things going on in your life that feel this is too much emotionally, mentally, what have you, where you're like, everything feels like it's falling apart. It could feel like a dark night of the soul. It could feel like a tower moment after a tower moment. It's like, because there's an extraction process, an excavation process, if you will, happening deep within you. And it needs to be brought to the surface, because then the result of all of that is the new pearl. And think about this as well, as like the pearl here, think about an oyster in the sense that in order to get the pearl, there is one little tiny grain of sand, this grit that creates irritation and friction. And so it creates challenges, right? It creates this environment, but through these tough circumstances, through irritation, through this uncomfortability that's happening. It's almost like in order to get to something beautiful, to get to the pearl, you have to first what? Think about this too. Sulfur doesn't smell good, right? Sulfur doesn't smell good. It smells gross, okay? It's a very intense smell. It's like, oh, like what is that? And it's both something that can extract, that can bring to the surface, that can cleanse, but through the process of cleansing, extraction, etc., you need to do some dirty, grimy stuff first. You know what I'm saying? And through the sand, through the friction, through the irritation, through that kind of like grit, it's almost like that's what's happening. Is what's going on in your life right now is the grit that is going to allow you to become the new pearl. Okay? What you're going through right now, quite literally, is the grit that creates this version of you. This is the version of you that is the pearl. I don't want to romanticize your struggle or your suffering, but I do want to say very much that there is clearly something better coming, but right now the struggle while you're getting there, frustrating, very, very frustrating. Okay, really quickly, I'm gonna go over channeled messages. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for being here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. You know the drill. Everything you need to know about me in the description box. Like, share, subscribe for more videos to hang out with me further, okay? So, what I heard immediately was no one sees me. Oh, actually, hold that thought. Okay, back to it. I heard no one sees me. That was the first message. No one sees me. And then I heard lost souls. And I was seeing from Hercules, there is one of like the rivers or whatnot, where there's all the lost souls in the river trying to like grab onto, I don't know if it was a river, it's just like this kind of like stream situation, but there's all these like lost souls kind of like reaching up and through and trying to grab Hercules, trying to take his life force, right? So I was hearing like lost souls, and then I was like, this seems like, again, the smoke portion of this message. I don't think that's true, that no one sees you. But I have here the river Lethe. So from Underworld, it's the river that you drink from to forget your previous lives or previous life. Confirmation from Felix meowing in the background. And then I wrote, do you feel forgotten? And then I have, feel like you don't recognize yourself. I was also hearing Archangel and call upon God. So there's kind of a heavy religious theme or Christ light / consciousness going on. I also have Ishtar written on here as well. So the thing for me that's really interesting about this is that there is this sense of the way you perceive yourself or the way that you're feeling within a connection. It's not originally what I was going to say, but maybe that's the case for you. The way that you're feeling within a connection, or the way that you are feeling just in some sort of area of your life, no one sees me. You feel forgotten. You feel like you don't recognize yourself. And again, it's like, oftentimes when we are calling upon God, or we're calling upon our gods, whatever that looks like for us, when do we do that most often? It's either when we are saying, oh my God, thank you so much for something, or we're saying, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm lost. Please help me, right? So I feel like that's what's happening here, is you guys are really on the, you're at this portion of a situation, or at a certain point in your life where I think we're going more towards, please help me. Because again, I feel like this is your perception. Lost soul, no one sees me, feeling forgotten, not feeling like you recognize yourself. And I've been channeling a rebirth for a really long time. There's a bunch of videos on it, on here, on TikTok, on Instagram. The theme has been rebirth, rebirth, rebirth. So I really think with the whole new pearl situation that we were talking about, we're finally kind of wrapping things up and getting to that point where you've been through the grit portion of it, right? You've been through the death, the decay process, and now here is the renewal. Trying to think of where I want to go from here, because wow, we have to pull cards on this. Let me take a sip of my tea. We'll think about it. Okay, I'm gonna try to scry a little bit here with the crystal ball, because I feel like there's some stuff here that's happening that needs to come out. So let's take a quick moment in time. Allowing my conscious to step aside. Allowing myself to open up. And allowing spirit to move through me. Okay. You guys have some ancestors or guides here for you. I'm seeing a lot of feathers here. Or I'm seeing in particular kind of like just feathers in general. They seem to be multicolored. They're not white, but they are multicolored. These could be turkey feathers. I'm not sure if that's an actual thing, but that's what I'm seeing, is like turkey feathers, and I'm hearing turkey tail. So something about turkey here, like the animal, and using feathers or using some sort of something with turkeys. Okay. But you do have ancestors here. There is definitely a divine... What is happening to you guys right now, and in your life as a whole, but very specifically what is happening right now, is pivotal. It is a catalyst to something bigger for you. I'm seeing like the sand thing that you like turn and the sand moves through to like count down as a form of like time. I don't know what those are called, but that's what I'm seeing. But you have this, I was gonna say you have this divine like shell kind of protection. Like there's something very divine about your path, your soul mission, your soul journey. But then when I went to go speak, I almost said divine counterpart. For those of you who believe that in more of like you could call this like a twin flame situation, I prefer to call them divine counterparts, which is why I think that they're using that terminology for me. You do have a divine counterpart, and it's almost like something about this is very protected. You are clearly very protected. But if this whole situation, something that you're going through in your life right now, has to do with a romantic interest or some sort of something going on, you have a divine counterpart. Is the time with the sand thing related to that? For some of you it is, and for some of you it is not. But there is something that what I'm being shown is like we're being led to, or it's like we're leading up to something in particular. It's like it's a countdown. It's definitely a countdown. It's almost like we're getting to a certain point. Again, yeah, it's a countdown to something. Something is coming. Something is coming. You find it hard to believe that you are like who you are. You find it hard to believe in yourself, to believe that you're capable of certain things, to believe that you are. It's almost like what I'm hearing is like, they're saying they don't like titles. They don't like titles. It's almost like you have a hard time placing yourself in certain categories or calling yourself certain things, or it's like you have a difficult time using certain names or titles or whatever when it comes to who you are or describing yourself in any way, because what I'm hearing is like, I'm hearing the word pompous. It's pompous. Which, to be honest, I'm not 100% of the full definition of that word, but what I'm feeling is almost a sense of like, no. Like, only people like blah, blah, blah would use that. Only people who are like, think they're fucking something great would use that. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, oh, only this type of person would use a term like that. Only this type of person would call themselves that. But that's the whole point, is this is to challenge you because you are capable of those things, or that is who you are, and it does describe you, but the issue is that you have trouble accepting that you are these things, or you are capable of certain things. This feels along the lines of like your intuitive abilities or psychic abilities or something like that. I know I have a lot of people who are intuitive, who are healers, who are very psychically inclined, who are in my collective. This could even be a witch wound. I'm hearing for someone specific, or for a few of you, I'm hearing there's probably 3 of you in specific who need to hear this. 3 of you. Yes, you do work with that deity, or yes, that deity is trying to contact you. Yes, that deity would like to work with you. You are correct. What you're hearing or seeing is correct. For some of you, I'm also seeing that you guys are dream weavers. Dream weavers. I don't really know how that plays out here because I don't know if I've ever gotten anything like that before. Dream weavers. You guys will have to do kind of like your own research. There's an element of like, it's giving like an elder, like witch or something, Dreamweaver. And they're showing me like fabric. It's I don't know what this fabric is. It's like it comes from an animal. maybe like wool or something. It's like, it's very like thin and almost like fluffy looking. Like it almost is like, you know, it can be like picked apart kind of sort of. And when you pick it apart, like it has these like webs to it. It looks almost like spider webby while we're pulling the material apart. If you guys have made it this far and you know, please drop it in the comments. But you're making something out of it. Again, it's like you have this ability to weave. I don't know exactly what dream weaver means. Like I said, that is something that you may have to look up on your own. But it's almost like you're weaving something. You are weaving something. You have the capability to do it. For some of you, you're already doing it, and there's a lack of belief. And for others of you, I'm telling you right now, you haven't done it, but you are capable of doing so. Dream weavers. I wonder what that means. They won't give me any more to that. But dream weavers is what I just keep hearing, dream weavers. It's a very earthly, very like pagan, witchy type of vibe with that, dream weavers. It's definitely giving more, yeah, like pagan, witchy, very much. Like that's what I keep seeing is like the version of like a hag, if you will, like and not in a derogatory, but like literally like an older, like a wise, like old witch. Like that's what I just keep feeling. Dreamweaver, yeah, you guys will have to look that up for sure. This is giving elder, it's giving ancient, it's giving like esoteric knowledge or esoteric knowledge. It's giving very divine wisdom, access to hidden knowledge, but not through, like this witch that I'm looking at or feeling into is a bit, what's what I'm looking for? Like scorned, or like there's a sense of like anger there. Maybe not anger, but like this distaste. It's coming across as like in my mouth, it tastes acidic, it tastes bitter. It tastes very bitter. I feel the need to tell you guys, like, don't let that be who you become. Do not carry the weight of that with you. Be the dream weaver and be, you know, have the capabilities that you do, have the gifts that you do, use them. If you choose to do so, use them wisely, use them well, but do it from a place where you change the dynamic, where you use it for good, you use it for something positive, you use it for something, you use it for something that benefits you. Use it for something good. Don't let all of the things that you have been through make you bitter. Don't let the things that you've experienced through life make you bitter. Weave because it's something that helps you get something positive. Whatever this weaving is, allow this to unfold in a way that benefits you greatly for you and the highest good of all. Don't become that witch that is almost like you've begrudgingly learned lessons. You've begrudgingly reached this point of accessing this knowledge. I almost feel like I have to remind you that there is, just like this whole pearl situation, beauty in the pain. It's almost like romanticizing your suffering kind of in a way, to not see the things that you've been through as these, what I'm hearing is like disasters, as these painful experiences. See the good that has come out of everything. See the lessons that have come out of everything. Learn to not attach yourself to certain things. Learn to not have this death grip on these circumstances in your life. what I'm hearing is the quicker that you can learn to almost like catch and release, catch and release, catch and release. Feel the feelings, let them go. Feel the feelings, let them go. Have the experience, let it go. Have the experience, let it go. The quicker that you can learn to do that, the easier these things will become. The easier your next lesson will be. The easier the next experience will be. It's almost like you can move through life quicker and achieve what you want, right? Being that elder, like witch, that elder, an elder maybe, right? You can get to this point of divine wisdom and knowledge if you learn how to do that, to catch and release, catch and release. Don't attach yourself to an outcome. Don't attach yourself to an image. Don't attach yourself to something. And I feel like this is where we come back to, it's almost like this duality with the titles, right? Which is that you're like, only such and such people do something like that. Don't do that, because that's where you could end up with that kind of like vitriol, that acidic taste in the mouth, being that kind of bitter, scorned type of individual. You can do these things and you're capable of doing these things, and it's okay to use these certain titles and place yourself in certain categories as a way to describe your experience, to describe it to other people, to express yourself, right? Again, doing it for your highest good and the highest good of all versus begrudgingly doing something. Does that make sense? Okay. Next, we're gonna get a couple tarot cards. We're gonna see what's going on, and then yeah, we're just gonna vibe. That's the goal. We're just gonna vibe. That's what we're gonna do. I am going to shuffle these on here, so maybe it's a little less loud. That was really interesting, though. Very, very interesting. There's a lot of big lessons in there. If I'm being real with y'all, a lot of big lessons in there. I'm not surprised with me. If you've been here for a minute and you know me, you know we always be channeling some weird stuff. We always be channeling weird stuff. I kind of want to get from this one, and I want to get from the other one that I have too. Okay. We'll do both. I think I'm going to do what your biggest challenge is right now, for starters. So like biggest challenge with this, and also like potential outcome, I think might be helpful. So let's do one more. So challenge and outcome here. Okay. So Spirit, show me the biggest challenge for the collective. Wow, that was fast. Biggest challenge for this collective right now. What are they going through? What's happening? Whew. Yeah. You guys are really moving through something, huh? Yeah. There's this feeling of acceptance here that I think is coming through right now. I don't know if it's acceptance of the self, acceptance of, I don't know, but that's what I feel like is happening. It's like, I feel like you're looking for something. You're looking for belonging, is what this feels like to me. Oh, yeah, you're looking for belonging. Absolutely. Because remember, it's no one sees me. Feeling like you don't recognize yourself. Do you feel forgotten? That was in the notes. So I think you guys could be going through something right now where you feel forgotten. You don't feel seen. You don't feel chosen. All right, I think that's it for the biggest challenge here. I'm gonna get from this deck, which is kind of one that I've been like creating. It's got a bunch of different stuff in it. We are going to get from this one too. I want to see what comes out for the challenge here. This is very, honestly, like, profound, like, filled with symbolism. And I've been thinking about doing this reading all day, and now it's gonna be, like, pretty close to midnight, I think, at this point. So, I mean, I feel like maybe I just need to wait until it was like nighttime, I guess, to be able to do this, because I couldn't get to it all day long. Couldn't get to it. Okay. Biggest challenge right now for the collective, please, Spirit. Where are we at? 35 minutes. I love a long fucking symbolic, like I love the depth of these readings. I really do. All right. Biggest challenge right now for this collective. Wow, you got nothing coming from here? Ooh. I'm also seeing grief from this other deck that I have. Hold on. Okay. You are tangled up in someone else's energy too right now, and it's not allowing you to see yourself properly or clearly, okay? I'm seeing the grief card from this deck, and I kind of want to just find the grief card and then just like take it out of here, and then like, and then we could go from there maybe. Oh, there it is. Yeah, grief. This was the card I was seeing. Grief as one of the struggles. Oh man, yeah, I feel like there is this inability to release something or let go of something. Difficulty in doing that. Biggest challenge right now for the collective, please. Or this collective, rather. Very interesting. What's that one? Observer. This is the way that you are perceiving something. It really is, for sure. And also observer in reverse. You don't feel like someone sees you. That's the problem. Like I said, no one sees me. There is this grief associated with not feeling seen. And look, fifth dimension along with quantum entanglement. I think that you're tangled up in someone else's something. You're tangled up in someone else's something. That's the biggest challenge right now. You don't feel seen, I think, by someone else or by something else that's going on. Like, I think this is people related. I think this is relationship related, whether romantic, platonic, whatever. This has to do with another individual or multiple people. You do not feel seen, I'm just going to say, by somebody else. You don't feel seen by someone else. All right, anything else here, Spirit, for the challenge? Yeah, and surrender in reverse. But you guys aren't giving it up. You have compromise and balancing the scales at the bottom. I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is, okay, let's pause really quickly and go over this, all right? See what we have here. Oh my God, okay. So, I mean, first and foremost, I'm just going to move these here. First and foremost, you have 5 of Swords in reverse here with the Chariot and the 5 of Wands. We get 5 and 5, okay? 5 of Swords for me, I mean, without even looking at the card, like regular tarot, the 5 of Swords for me is very difficult because this is where we have to assess, like, in my opinion, what are we fighting for, right? It's kind of like you need to be in the right headspace to complete a certain battle, if you will, to complete a certain challenge, to do something. You need to be in the right mindset. And oftentimes what we see in the 5 of Swords, like normally, are 2 people kind of walking away from something, kind of, they're doing the surrendering, right? They're surrendering. But then you have the one person that's kind of in the front that we're focusing on, and that person still has their sword and they're carrying everyone else's. So it's like, no, like we got, like the way I view it is like, no, we got this. Like, let's go. Like, don't give up now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then there has to be a moment where you kind of like, what's the way? How do you word this? It's like to something your losses, to like almost like accept it for what it is, right? So the Five of Swords, especially here with the surrender in reverse, is like, oh, cut your losses. You have to know when to cut your losses. You have to know when to cut your losses. You guys are gonna hate me for this one. Oh, you have to know when to cut your losses. You have to know when to cut your losses. I just heard someone go, I heard you. I'm sorry. Okay. You also have the Chariot and you have the Five of Wands. What's really interesting actually is the Five of Wands has like this effigy in it in this deck. So kind of like this this, I believe the definition is like some sort of symbol or some sort of like item that is representative of a certain person or certain situation, what have you. It's representative of something else, and then, you know, you can do whatever to it, almost like in an alchemizing type of way, right? Like in a witchcraft type of way, where like in this case we set fire to it, or I'm sorry, this one here. In this case we set fire to it, and that is to release something, right? So what I find interesting about this deck is that the Five of Wands normally is definitely where we're all kind of fighting each other instead of fighting the bigger problem at hand, so to speak. So this I really enjoy because this shows that we're kind of like, we're coming together and understanding that the true enemy is not each other. It's seeing outside of that. What is the true enemy, right? So I feel like in this case, this could be like you're fighting yourself and you could be upset with yourself. Again, it's like that acidity, going back to what I was feeling before, the acidity in the mouth, where it could be like the vitriol, the way that you're talking to yourself, the way that you're viewing something. It's again, no one sees me. But have you considered that it's not about no one seeing you, it's that you are asking the wrong person to look at you. It's almost like, am I asking too much or am I asking the wrong person? See what I'm saying? Am I asking too much or am I asking the wrong person? Am I, you know, not the sun, or is it that other people or another person has made me feel like I'm not? Because they were threatened by my ability to bring light, to bring clarity, to bring something beautiful to the room. Is someone else feeling threatened by what you have or what you are capable of? And so they put you down, or they downplay what you are, who you are, you know, what you can do. It really, this is giving like, perception is so huge for me, and I talk about it a lot in my readings. That's what this feels like to me. It's like you are on your way to set fire to something, to end it, to be done with it. The effigy here, they're burning this as a means of, you know, ending a cycle or to rid themselves of something. So it's kind of like the same way like you write a letter, right? You write a letter and then say you write it to a specific person, and then you burn it. You write out all the things that you wanted to say, all the things that you didn't get to say, all the things that you wanted to, you never did, things that you couldn't say, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And then you burn it. And so I feel like this is the way for you to, and remember, we have the sun, right? And there's a lot of fire going on in these. This is your biggest challenge. You need to find a way to fully release and move on from something. So sorry, but I'm going to tell you the truth of how I feel. That's what it feels like to me. I feel like right now the issue is that you're looking at yourself as the problem. No one sees me. I am forgotten. I don't recognize myself. And so again, you don't recognize yourself because you're in the presence of something that's not beneficial to you, or like you're seeing yourself through the lens of, that's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. You are seeing yourself through the lens of someone else that doesn't value you. And it's not that you do not have value. It's that you are asking the wrong person. You guys are funny. You are asking the wrong person. And that is a song to, I can't remember the name of it or the artist right now. Elena something maybe. the lyrics are like, am I asking for too much? I think, what is it? It's gonna bother me. It's something about, am I asking for too much, or am I asking the wrong mother effer, or something like that? Oh, I'm not asking for too much. I'm asking the wrong mother. I'm not asking for too much. Yeah, that's what this is, for sure. That's what this is, okay? You have 10 of Pentacles in the star here as well. And I think the biggest challenge, going back to your biggest challenge, is that you do not see yourself as a part of something bigger, as a part of a community. Because look at, this is the 10 of Pentacles in this deck. Look at all these people here, all joining together for this bigger cause. And what I get from this is community. I get community from this. I get seeing yourself as this integral part of something much bigger than yourself. You are the sun. You are that. No matter which way you believe yourself to be right now, you are the sun. You are bringing clarity. You are bringing life force. You're bringing real life, okay? Think about this. In the deck, for the sun card, she mentions that it is never the sun setting, but rather the earth tilts away. Are you too bright for someone that does not know how to handle your light? I want you to think about that. This is where everyone comes together and like rejoices here. This is community. It's the legacy. It's a family or some place that you belong. That's what's coming through to me. It's some place that you belong. Same thing with the star. The star card is all about, for me, it's having hope, right? And I love that this is this like ethereal being in this deck, and you can kind of see right through her, and behind her very similarly, it's the same. It's kind of a community or this like village or these houses or what's going on in the background here. I feel like this is a matter of belonging. That's what I feel so much. So this is the biggest challenge, is that right now you feel kind of like non-corporeal, like you're not here, you're not a part of something the way that you want to be, the way that you crave, the way that you deserve to be. And it's something that is difficult for you to see. And then going back to what we had before, we have quantum entanglement and clairvoyance. You have fifth dimension. I think this is the quantum entanglement. You have grief, okay? I feel like it's almost like there's something maybe even on like a higher dimension or level that it's almost like, because you are inclined, like we talked about in the beginning, psychically inclined, intuitively inclined, what have you, you have this ability to probably, with, you know, telepathy, right? It's like you're picking up on things that are outside of the normal realm, right? Outside of what your senses can pick up, because you are psychically inclined or intuitive. But if this has to do with a relationship or it has to do with another person, it doesn't matter what you are picking up in the 5D. It doesn't matter. Because here in the 3D, you are not being seen the way that you need to. You're not being valued the way that you need to. You're not feeling at home in a community, accepted, like being like kind of like blended into something. It's almost like you deserve to not only have a seat at this table, but to eat there too. And where you're at right now, you can't get that. It's almost like when you can see someone's potential, but will they do it? Will they take action on it? Will they be that person? Because here in 3D, everyone has free will, right? So I feel like going back to the beginning with the sulfur, what is this connection in this situation bringing to the surface? Is it that, you know, you are asking the wrong people for certain things? Is it that, you know, you're holding on too tightly to certain situations? Not surrendering, not releasing. Like I said before, remember, catch and release is what I was feeling. Catch and release, catch and release. I think you're gripping onto something too tightly. That's what I think is going on. And I think that if you guys are someone who is psychically inclined, we do have clairvoyance, right? It's hard because it's almost like you have this other set of information where you're like, but that's there. And Spirit's like, yeah, but it's not here. It's not happening. That's what I feel like is going on with that, okay? I want to take a look at kind of like future, where we're headed, possible outcome, or outcome for your highest good. Listen to me right now when I say the Tower. Can't make it up if I try. All right, let's look at future. It's like, okay, we get it, right? We get it. We get it. Things are tough right now. We get it. Let's see the future, okay? Let's see the future. Let's see the future. I'm also seeing a pair of, seeing a pair of butterfly wings, but each like beat of the wings, it's almost like I'm zoomed all the way in, and I can hear like the flap and like the flutter really loud, which is interesting because it's like normally you wouldn't be able to do that. So this could be something to do with like your clairaudience. Could be you either could be accessing it for the first time, or maybe it is being like enhanced in some type of way. Because I'm hearing like the flutter is really loud of like the flapping of like the butterfly wings. Yeah, it's almost like your hearing is very sensitive, or you're very attuned to these like small changes within your energy or your reality right now. I'm telling you, guys are, if you guys are having trouble with titles, it's like, listen, I hope you're out there calling yourself psychic, because that's what I'm hearing. Like, I'm literally hearing this, like, yeah, it's giving like butterfly effect. Again, the beat of a wing is what I'm hearing. And the beat of the wing sounds like, again, really loud. Very interesting. All right. Let's see what we got here. What is coming in from my collective? Highest timeline, for the highest good of all, for the future here. Okay, Two of Wands, what else we got? Okay. That's 3. Oh, wow. Wow. What the hell is going on? I think you guys have a lot of opportunities and you don't see them. That's what I think this is. Dead ass. I'm gonna be so for real with you. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Two of Wands. I also have Queen of Wands reversed. Ace of Swords. I have 8 of Swords reversed. We also have the Hierophant. Oh, yeah. This is an elevation. This is an elevation of what I'm hearing is like consciousness. There's something that you're like graduating to. 6 of Wands reversed here. 7 of Wands reversed. Very interesting. Let me see what else comes out here. Huh. I feel like you guys are elevating. I feel like you are like untangling yourself here. I'm trying to think of the way that I want to word this. Oh, I have like chest pains. This could be like maybe like stress or something for you guys. Don't shy away from something because it hurts. Don't shy away from something because it's painful. Don't shy away from something because it makes you feel what I'm hearing is like raw and exposed. Ooh, I just like did it. My God, full moon, emotional release. We just had this. Yeah. So what I'm being guided to do is put one of these cards with each of the ones that I have from the tarot. So full moon and emotional release is the Two of Wands. You will have the choice to emotionally release something, to feel your emotions, to allow them to, again, like it's like the extraction process, like removing them, pulling them to the surface. That's the sulfur. I think Spirit's gonna present you with an opportunity to pull it up, and you need to kind of recognize that that's what's happening so you can get the most out of that. It's like to get the biggest impact. You are graduating to something though, and people are waiting for you to do so. Your ancestors, maybe, your spirit guides, your spirit team. You are, yeah, 100%. You are elevating to something. You're graduating to something for sure. Absolutely. Again, you don't give yourself enough credit. You really don't give yourself enough credit. And again, I don't want to romanticize the suffering, but it's like there is something, there's beauty, or there's something bigger. It's not that simple here. Yeah, you have womb, divine creation, and portals here with the Queen of Wands in reverse. You don't believe that that's what you're doing. You don't believe that you are like creating things. Like, again, divine creation. Remember I said like you are divinely connected, protected. There's like a divine counterpart. There's this portal going on here. And then you have mischief going on. Of course, not the mischief. I don't feel like it's a negative thing. I feel like this is asking you to take advantage of what seems chaotic in your life. Chaotic. Mischief here. Yeah, the mischief I don't think is a negative thing. I think it's more so leaning towards, it's the chaos, right? It's the way that you are maneuvering through. It's the way that what I'm hearing is like the way that you're navigating something that's important. Because mischief goes over the Hierophant. It's almost like, do you want to keep choosing that? Or have you mastered something with the Hierophant? Oh, that's what it is. Have you mastered this? Ace of Swords, you have attachment. This is what I'm saying. I know you guys don't want to hear me say it again, but it's your attachment to something. It's your perception of something. Again, you had surrender in reverse, remember? I think the truth here that's being brought to you, the full moon emotional release with the Two of Wands, is Spirit kind of being like, let me show you this. That's what's being brought to the surface, the extraction, the excavation process, right? Let me pull it up and show you. And it will feel like crap. Truly, right? It will feel like crap. But I feel like you are untangling yourself from something. It's the way that you're navigating. Oh my God, you can't make it up. Look, grief and grief. Look at this. Grief and grief. Look at it. Grief, mourning, and loneliness. Grief and grief. Grief is both the challenge and coming up in your future. The grief is not going to stop. And I think there's, again, the beauty that lies in this. Grief coming out with the Eight of Swords in reverse, because I think this is like, grief is something that you might be avoiding because it's painful. You might not want to let go. You may not want to surrender, right? But here it's saying that this is your power, is to feel these things. The mischief. Things may not look exactly as you want them to. They may not feel the way that you're anticipating. Again, you could feel the 5D, but it's about what's going on in 3D that's important. It's not a loss. It's not a loss. It is not a loss, I'm telling you. And then you have Six of Wands in reverse, boundaries, barriers, and fault line. Six of Wands reverse for me is a perceived failure often. Sometimes it can be quite literally, but this is perceived failure. And I think the reason why boundaries is coming out with this is because the way it feels to me is that showing you where your limitations are. The way that I felt that when I said that, this is showing you, this is what you need to see. This is why it's coming out in this future position. You are understanding and seeing where your limitations are. And I think what you're doing, this mastery with the Hierophant, I can't make it up. The last card, no joke, is transformation, freedom, and the Tower. What's happening to you right now is a blessing. It's not a curse. It's not something for you to feel like I'm losing at something. You know, like I'm not getting what I want. I know it's painful, and I know it's, again, the grief, the mourning. You can't make this shit up. Dark Night of the Soul, but in reverse, okay? This is literally you guys, you're holding this off. By doing what you're doing, grief over here, right? And then you have surrender in reverse. The longer you do this, the longer this Dark Night of the Soul lasts. The longer that lasts. You have guide on the bottom as well. I'm telling you guys. Feel your feelings. Allow it to be what it is. Don't try to change it. Don't try to grip onto it. Don't try to do the death grip thing. I can't make it up. Stuck. Stuck. So in the future here, moving forward, what I think the main thing is for this, I think what you have going on, you have commitment that's coming out cross like this over the Ace of Swords with the grief, the mourning, the loneliness, and the attachment going on. I think that there is some sort of situational connection that I'm seeing here where it's almost like you're close enough to something but not quite there with this, with the commitment, right? You're close enough to something but you're not quite there. Or maybe this is something that you want but it's not something that the other person wants. Do you see what I'm saying? And the Ace of Swords is shedding light on that truth. That's why you have the Ace of Swords. It's shedding light on this truth with the commitment. Is it reciprocated? But you have attachment here, so which makes me think that it is not. With separation. Separation and divine masculine. You guys are gonna hate me for this. I'm really sorry. Forward energy, future energy, crossroads. Crossroads. With Two of Wands, which is also a crossroad, with emotional release. The full moon is bringing up that which no longer serves you, not to be that guy. It is with sulfur, pushing everything to the surface like a geyser. Emotional release. It is something aggressively coming to the surface because it needs to be released. Your attachment to a specific person, to a specific outcome. We're shedding light on that. Is that possible? Is it not possible? What does that look like? Well, more grief, mourning, and loss if you want to keep on that path. You guys just do not give yourselves enough credit. You just don't. And this to me makes me feel like, again, you are graduating. This is because this hurts, because this is where you master everything. This hurts because this is where you are mastering something truly. Is the future all butterflies and rainbows? No. But is it showing you the truth? Yes. I'm going to leave it here. This is really insane. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. I know this was a long one, but I love y'all. And you need to give yourself more credit because you are the sun. And don't let anyone tell you that you're not. I love you. Mwah.